continue. We were on Surah Al-Anam and we'll continue from ayah number 60. A quick review from ayah number 60. And it is he who takes your souls by night and knows that you have committed by day. Then he revives you therein that a specified term may be fulfilled. Then to him will be your return, and then he will inform you about what you used to do. So it is who takes your souls by the night when you are asleep and has knowledge of all that you have done by the day. Then he wakes you up again, that a term appointed be fulfilled. Then in the end, unto him will be your return. Then he will inform you of what you used to do. And in ayah number 60, we see the detail. The servants are in Allah's hands before and after death. Allah states that He brings death to His servants in the sleep. At night, for sleep is the minor death. Allah said in other ayah, that is Surah number 3 and ayah number 55. And remember when Allah said, O Isa, I will take you and raise you to myself. And there is one more reference in Surah number 39 and ayah number 42. It is Allah who takes away the souls at the time of their death, and those die not during their sleep. He keeps those souls for which He has ordained death, and sends the rest for a term appointed. Means when you wake up, it's the rahmah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that you are alive. Thus mentioning both minor and major death, Allah says, وَهُوَ الَّذِي يَتَوَفَّاكُمْ بِاللَّيْلِ وَيَعْلَمُ مَا جَرَحْتُمْ بِالنَّهَارِ. It is He who takes your souls by night when you are asleep, and has knowledge of all that you have done by day. Meaning He knows the deeds and actions that you perform during the day. And He knows the deeds and actions that you perform during the day. This ayah demonstrates Allah's perfect knowledge of His creation by day and night. And in their movements and idleness, Allah said in other ayahs, it is the same to Him whether any of you conceal His speech or declare it openly, whether He be hide by night or go forth freely by day. This is in Surah number 13 and ayah number 10. And also it says, وَمِن رَحْمَتِهِ جَعَلَ لَكُمُ اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارَ لِتَسْكُنُوا فِيهِ. It is out of His mercy that He made night and day so that you may rest by night, وَلَتَبْتَغُوا مِن فَضْلِهِ, and that you may seek of His bounty by day. And Allah says in Surah number 78, ayah number 10 and 11, وَجَعَلْنَا اللَّيْلَ لِبَاسًا وَجَعَلْنَا النَّهَارَ مَعَاشًا. And we have made the night as covering, and we have made the day as livelihood. Allah said, وَهُوَ الَّذِي يَتَوَفَّاكُمْ بِاللَّيْلِ وَيَعْلَمُ مَا جَرَحْتُمْ بِالنَّهَارِ. It is who takes your souls by the night when you are asleep, and has knowledge of that you have done by day. So this is the ayah we are referencing. This is Surah number 6 and ayah number 60. We are doing Surah Al-Anam. And then said, Summa yab'asukum fi. And He wakes up again by the day. According to Mujahid and Qatada and Sudi, Allah's statement, liyuqda ajalam musamma, that a term appointed be fulfilled, refers to the lifespan of every person. Means summa ilayhi marjiukum, then in the end unto Him will be your return on the day of resurrection. Summa yunabbi'ukum bima kuntum ta'malun, then He will inform you of what you used to do. He will reward you good for good and evil for the evil. And Allah's statement, وَهُوَ قَاهِرُ فَوْقَ إِبَادِهِ, in ayah number 61. Let's see the وَهُوَ قَاهِرُ فَوْقَ إِبَادِهِ, and He is the subjugator over His servants, who has overcome, who can subjugate all His servants. So ayah number 61, He is the Qahir over His servants, and He sends guardians over you until when death approaches. one of you, our messengers takes his soul and they never neglect their duty. Here we see in detail the Qahir means the one who controls everything. All are subservient to his supreme grace, greatness and majesty. وَيُرْسِلَ عَلَيْكُمْ حَفَظَةً, and he sends guardians over you, angels who guard mankind. In another ayah, Allah said, this is ayah number 11, surah number 13. For each person, there are angels in succession, before and behind him. They guard him by the command of Allah. له مخبئة من بين يديه ومن خلفه يحفظونه من أمر الله, by the permission of Allah, watching his deeds and recording them. And Allah said, وَإِنَّ عَلَيْكُمْ لَحَافِظِينَ, but verily over you are appointed angels in the change of mankind to watch you. This is in surah number 82, ayah number 10. And there is one more reference, that is surah number 50, ayah number 17 and 18. Remember that the two receivers recording angels receive, one sitting on the right, one on the left. Not a word does he utter, but there is a watcher by him ready. وَإِذَا بِالْتَلْقَى, and مُتَقَابِلِينَ عَنِ الْيَمِينِ وَعَنِ الشِّمَالِ قَاعِدٌ. One is shimal and one is yameen. They are qaimun and they are writing down. Ma yalfazu min qawlin, whatever you utter, ilayhi ladayhi raqibun atid. They watch and write it down. They note down everything. And here Allah says, hatta iza jaa ahadukumul maut, until a death approaches to you. While when death approaches one of you, refers to one's lifespan comes to an end and he is dying. And here it also says our messengers takes his souls, meaning there are angels who are responsible for this job. Ibn Abbas and several others said that the angel of death has angels who pull the soul from its body. When it reaches the throat, the angel of death captures it. Allah said, وَهُمْ لَا يُفْرِطُونَ, and they never neglect their duty. They guard the soul of the dead person and takes it to wherever Allah wills, to Illiyin if he was among the righteous, and to the Sijjin if he was among the wicked, disbelievers and the sinners, etc. We seek refuge with Allah from this, and Allah said, Summa ruddu ilallahi mawlahumul haq, and then they return to Allah, their master and just Lord. Imam Ahmad recorded that Abu Huraira radiallahu anhu said, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it's a longer hadith, the angels attend the dying person. If he's a righteous person, the angels will say, oh, pure soul from a pure body, come out with honor and receive with good news of rest, satisfaction, and Lord who is not angry. The angels will keep saying this until the soul leaves its body. And they will then raise it up to the heaven and will ask the door to be opened for the soul. And it will be asked, who is this? It will be said, the soul so and so. It will be said, welcome, welcome to the pure soul and the inhabited the pure body. Enter with honor and receive the good news. Good news of the rest, satisfaction, and a Lord who is not angry. This statement will be repeated until the soul reaches the heaven above, which there is Allah. If dying person is evil, the angel will say, get out of my body. O wicked soul from a wicked body, get out in disgrace and receive the news of the boiling fluid. A fluid dark, murky, intensely cold, and other torments of similar kind, all together to match them. This statement will be said repeatedly until the evil soul leaves and its body. The soul will be raised up to heaven and a request will be made that the door be opened for it. And it will be asked, who is this? It will be said, the soul of so and so. it will be said, "No welcome to the wicked soul from the wicked body. Return with disgrace, for the door of the heaven will not be open for you." So it will be thrown from the heaven until it returns to the grave. So the righteous person sits and similarly is said to him as before, and the evil person sits and similar to said to him as before. It is also possible that the meaning of Summa Ruddu, the return, refers to the return of all creations to Allah. On the day of resurrection, then He will subject them to His just decision. Allah said in the other ayah, Surah number 56, ayah number 49 and 50, say, "Yes, verily those of old and those of later times, all will surely to be gathered together for an appointed meeting of a knowing day. And we shall gather them all together so as leave not one of them behind." This is in Surah number 18 and ayah number 47. "Wala yazlimu rabbuka ahada," and your Lord treats no one with injustice. This is in Surah number 18, ayah number 49. And Allah said, "Maulahum mulhaq," their master, the just Lord. Surely He is the judgment and He is swift in taking account. Wahuwa asra'ul hasibin. So this is ayah number 61 and 62. So in ayah number 62, we see Wahuwa qahirul fawqa ibadi, and He is a subjugator over His servants, who can overcome, who can subjugate all His servants. It is only Allah. Everything, everyone is in His control. His grasp, and He grasps everything in His, according to the situation. There is no situation, no place on earth, no conditional that we are in except that Allah has power to us. Prophet ﷺ said there was a person who was walking with pride because of his fine mantles, because his fine clothes, his shawl that he was wearing. He was feeling all pleased with his personality, and Allah made him sink in the earth. And he would go on sinking in that until the day of resurrection. وَهُوَ قَاهِرُ فَوْقَ عِبَادِهِ, whose power is manifested here. He has power over the arrogant. He has power over the oppressor. Also, we learn that once Prophet ﷺ was doing sujood, and Abu Jahl came forward in order to put his foot on the neck of Prophet ﷺ in arrogance. He came, and then people saw him running away, retraining, taking steps back. They asked him, "What happened? What's the matter with you?" He said, "There is between me and him a ditch of fire and terror and wings. I could not go." And Prophet ﷺ said, "If he were to come near me, the angel would have torn him to pieces." They would have torn him to pieces. That's how وَهُوَ قَاهِرُ فَوْقَ عِبَادِهِ. There is no tyrant, no human being arrogant or humble anywhere in the world, no matter where he is, all time. Who has control over us? Allah. So even when we are yelling at somebody, remember Allah still has control over us. When we are abusing somebody, remember Allah has control over us. He has given us freedom right now, but then He is checking what we do, and even though He has given us freedom, still has control over us. And here, وَيُرْسِلَ عَلَيْكُمْ حَفَظَةً, and He sends over you guardian angels until when death comes to one of you, our messengers take him, and they do not fail. They do not fail in their duties. They do exactly as they are instructed. They take the soul out fully in the way they were instructed. The angels are fully out of our control. Also, they are in the control of Allah. When the angel of death came to take the soul of a person, who can get the soul back? Who can claim it back? Who can take it back? No one. Only they will listen to the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we learn in ayah number 62, then they, His servants, are returned to Allah, the true Lord. Unquestionably, He is the judgment and He is the swift of accounts. And ayah number 63 says, who rescues from the darkness of the land and sea when you call upon, imploring aloud and privately. If he should save us from the crisis, we will surely be among the thankful. So here from ayah number 63 to 65, 63 say who rescues you from the dark recesses of the land and the sea. When you call upon him begging and in secret saying, if Allah only saves us from the dangers, we shall truly be grateful. Say Allah rescues you from these dangers and from all distress. And yet you commit shirk in ayah number 64. And in ayah number 65 say he has power to send torment on you from above or from under your feet, or to yalbisakum in the party strife and make you taste the violence of one another. See how variously we explain the ayah so that they may understand. So here ayah number 62 to 60, 63 to 65, Allah compassion and generosity and his power and torment. Allah mentions how he favors his servants, saving them during times of need, in the darknesses of land and at the sea. Such as when storm strikes, in such cases they call on Allah alone without partners in supplication. In other ayahs, Allah said, and when harm strikes you at the sea, those that you call upon besides him vanish from you except him. This is in Surah number 17, ayah number 67. And there is one more reference in Surah number 10 and ayah number 22. He is it is who enables you to travel through the land and see till when you are in ships, they sail with them with a favorable wind, and they rejoice. Then comes a stormy wind, and the waves come to them from all sides, and they think that they are encircled therein. They invoke Allah, making their faith pure for Him alone. If you deliver from this, we shall truly be grateful. When they are in calamity, they ask only Allah. They don't associate partner. But as soon as that is removed, all the distress and all the calamities, again they are ungrateful. Is not he better than your gods who guide you in the darknesses of the land and the sea, who sends the wind as heralds of glad tidings going before his mercy? Is there any God with Allah? High exalted be Allah above all that they associate as partners with him. This is in Surah number 27, ayah number 63. Allah said in honorable ayah, قل من ينجيكم من ظلمات البر والبحر تدعونه تضرعا وخفيا. See who rescues you from the dark recesses of the land and the sea when you call upon him, begging and in secret, in public and secret. La in anjayna, and saying, if he Allah only saves us from the distress. لَنَكُونَنَّ مِنَ الشَّاكِرِينَ, and we shall truly be grateful. Thereafter Allah said, Qulillahu, say Allah rescue you from these dangers and from all distress, and yet you commit shirk. Allah is asking. And then say he has power to send torment on you from the above or under you, your feet. He said this after this statement, Summa antum tushrikun, and yet you commit shirk. Allah said, قُلْ هُوَ قَادِرُ عَلَىٰ أَنْ يَبْعَثَ عَلَيْكُمْ عَذَابًا. He has power to send torment, azab on you, after he saves you. Allah said in Surah Isra, your Lord, he who drives the ship for you through the sea in order that you may seek of his bounty. Truly he is ever merciful towards you. And who harm strikes you upon the sea, those that you call upon besides him vanish from you except him. But when he brings you safely to the land, you turn away from him, and man is ever ungrateful. Do you then feel secure that he will not cause a side of the land to swallow you up, or that he will not send against you a storm of stones then you shall find no guardian. Or do you feel secure that he will not send you back a second time to sea and send against you a hurricane of wind and drown you because of your disbelief? Then you will not find an avenger therein against you. This is from ayah number 62 to 69 in surah number 17. And Bukhari commented on Allah's statement, and he said, He has power to send torment on you from the above or from under. Regarding this ayah, Yalbisikum means cover you with the confusion. So it means to divide into parties and sects. Jabir bin Abdullah said when ayah was revealed, قُلْ هُوَ قَادِرُ عَلَىٰ أَنْ يَبْأَسَ عَلَيْكُمْ عَذَابًا مِنْ فَوْقِكُمْ. See, he has power to send torment on you from the above. Allah's Messenger ﷺ said, A'udhu bi wajhika, I seek refuge with your face. Or from under your feet, he ﷺ again said, A'udhu bi wajhika, I seek refuge with your face. Or cover you with confusion in party strife and make you the taste the violence of one another. He said, Hazihi ahwanu, this is the less burdensome or easier. And Bukhari recorded this hadith in the book of Tawheed. There was another hadith regarding that. Imam Ahmad recorded, and the Messenger of Allah ﷺ passed by a masjid of Bani Muwayya. Prophet ﷺ went in and offered 2 rakah prayer, and we prayed behind him. He supplicated to his Lord for a long time, and then he said, I asked my Lord for 3. I asked him not to destroy my ummah, la yuhlika ummati, by drowning, bi gharqi, and he gave that to me. I asked him not to destroy my ummah by famine, yuhlika ummati bi sanati, and he gave that to me. And I asked him not to make them taste the violence of one another, but he did not give that to me. So violence, that one was not answered. Another hadith, Imam Ahmad recorded, who attended the battle of Badr with Messenger of Allah ﷺ, said, I met Allah's Messenger ﷺ during a night in which he prayed throughout until dawn. When Messenger of Allah ﷺ ended his prayer, I said, O Allah's Messenger ﷺ, this night you have performed a prayer that I never saw you perform before. Allah's Messenger ﷺ said, yes, it was a prayer of eagerness and fear. During this prayer, I asked my Lord for 3 things, and he gave me 2 and refused to give me the 3rd, which I mentioned before that hadith. And I asked my Lord not to destroy us with what he destroyed the nations before us, and he gave me that. I asked my Lord not to make our enemies prevail above us, and he gave me that. I asked my Lord not to cover with confusion in party strife, but he refused. And Nasai ibn Habban, this is in Tirmidhi, recorded this, and means he causes you to be in a disarray and separate into opposing parties and groups. And Ibn Abbas said this ayah refers to desires. Mujahid and several others said similarly. A hadith from Prophet ﷺ collected from various chains of narration. And also, and this ummah Muslim will divide it into 73 groups, and all of them in the fire except one. Allah said, and make you taste the violence of one another, meaning some of you will experience torture and murder from one another. According to Ibn Abbas and others, Allah said next, see how variously we explain the ayah by making them clear, plain and duly explained, so that they may understand and comprehend Allah's ayah proofs and evidences. So here we see from ayah number 62 to 65, like in 64 we have seen Qulillahu yunjikum, say it is Allah who saves you from it, from every distress. then you still associate partners with him, means doing shirk. When they are in distress or when they are in problem, they ask Allah. As soon as they are relieved, they again started doing shirk. And in ayah number 65, say he is the one able to send upon you affliction from above you, just like the birds pelt at Abraha with stones, with the storm from above, locusts and frogs like they fell on Pharaoh, or from beneath your feet, earthquake, or to confuse you, so you become sects and make you taste the violence of one another. Fights and arguments in the house, in the workplace, so that there is no peace. A person cannot find peace at home, he cannot find peace at work. This is a form of azab. Look, we diversify the signs they might understand. So from ayah number 66 to 68, in 66, but your people have denied it. The Quran, though it is the truth, say, I am not responsible for your affairs. And ayah number 67, it says, for every news, there is a reality and you will come to know. And then you see those engage in false conversation about our verses of Quran by mocking at them. Stay away from them until they turn to another topic. And if shaitan causes you to forget, then after the remembrance, sit not you in the company of those people who are wrongdoers. There is no responsibility for them upon those who have taqwa, but their duty to remind them that they may attain taqwa. So ayah number 66 to 69, but 68 is very important ayah. Let's see detail of 66 onwards. 66 is the invitation to the truth, is the guidance without correction. Allah said, وَكَذَّبَ بِهِ, but have denied. Denied what? Quran, guidance, and clear explanation that Prophet ﷺ has brought. And قَوْمُكَ, your people, meaning Quraysh. وَهُوَ الْحَقِّ, though it is truth beyond which there is no other truth. قُلْ لَسْتُ عَلَيْكُمْ بِوَكِيلٍ, say, I am not responsible for your affairs, meaning I have not been appointed a guardian or watcher over you. Allah also said in Surah number 18 and ayah number 29, and say, the truth is from your Lord, and whoever wills, let him believe, and whoever wills, let him disbelieve. This means my duty is to convey the message, and your duty is to hear and obey. Those who follow me will acquire happiness in this life and the hereafter. Those who deny will become miserable in this life and also in the hereafter. So Allah said, Likulli naba'in, for every news there is a reality. Meaning for every news there is a reality in that this news will occur perhaps after a while. According to Ibn Abbas and others, Allah said, and you shall certainly know the truth of it after a while. This is in Surah number 38, ayah number 88. Likulli ajalin kitabun, for each and every matter there is a decree from Allah. This is in Surah number 13, ayah number 38. The indeed is warning and a promise that will surely occur. وَسَوْفَ تَعْلَمُونَ, and you will come to know Allah's statement. وَإِذَا رَأَيْتَ الَّذِينَ, and when you see those who engage in false conversation about Quranic verses by denying and mocking them, and the prohibition, this is very important, when you see those who engage in offensive discourse concerning our verses, then turn away from them until they enter into another conversation. Ayah number 68. So what is hukum for us then? When we hear such conversation, what should we do? Turn away. And if shaitan should cause you to forget and you keep sitting with them, then do not remain. After the reminder with the wrongdoing people, meaning once you remember, then leave. Prohibition of sitting with those who deny and mock Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So فَأَعْرِضْ عَنْهُمْ حَتَّى يَقُودُ فِي حَدِيثٍ غَيْرِ, stay away from them till they turn to another topic, until they talk about a subject other than the denial they were engaged in. فَإِمَّا And if shaitan causes you to forget, this command includes every member of this ummah. No one is to sit with those who deny and distort Allah's ayah and explain them incorrectly. If one forgets and sits with such people, then after remember, sit not you. Means after you remember, in the company of those people who are wrongdoers, a hadith states that my ummah was forgiven unintentional errors, forgetfulness, and what they are did by accident. It means by the qata, it's okay, but you are doing it deliberately, then you are accountable. And there is a ayah 68 in Surah 6, which we are doing it, and it has already, and there is another references the Surah number 4, ayah number 140, and it has already been revealed to you in the book that when you hear the verses of Allah being denied and mocked at, then sit not with them until they engage in talk other than that. But if stayed with them, certainly in that case you would be like them. So what here hukum is, even in Surah number 4, ayah number 140, do not sit with them. For if you still sit with them, agreeing to what they say, you will be just like them. Allah's statement, وَمَا عَلَى الَّذِينَ يَتَقُونَ مِنْ حِسَابِهِمْ مِنْ شَيْءٍ. There is no responsibility for them upon those who have taqwa. Meaning, when the believers avoid sitting with the wrongdoers, in this case, they will be innocent for them and they will have saved themselves from their sins. Allah's statement, وَلَكِنْ ذِكْرَى لَعَلَّهُمْ يَتَّقُونَ. But their duty is to remind them and they may avoid. That means we commanded you to ignore, avoid them so that they become aware of the error they are indulging in, that they may avoid this behavior and never repeat it and again. So here ayah number 68 and 69 will end here. 68, when you see those engage in offensive discourse concerning our ayah, turn away from until they enter into the another conversation, like they change the topic, but do not sit with them when they are talking bad about Quran and Sunnah. In ayah number 69, and those who fear Allah are not held accountable for the disbelievers at all, but only for the reminder that perhaps they will fear Him. جزاك الله خيرا كثيرا.